Yes, man. Breaking news from the Jamaica Young Police channel. So as you can look at your LCD right now, you will see the little baby beside Phillip Paulwell, and you see the baby mama beside Peter Bunting. Boy, hey, this is like a soap opera, but it's serious still. What Peter Bunting never foreseen when he was lying about Phillip Paulwell's visa is that he didn't know that Phillip Paulwell's baby mama in the United States was connected to the law enforcement, the biggest law enforcement agency in the world. You understand? So that's why everything was able to unravel, and his visa was easily returned to him. And you notice Darrell Vaz one kind of still right there because of lied Peter Bunting. So guess what now? So Peter Bunting let the American took away Phillip Paulwell's American visa. And you know what Phillip Paulwell do? Him take a Peter Bunting girl. Yeah man, him take away him girl and fat her up and give her a baby. Yes, so yeah, hey look man. So we just want you watch, you listen, you decide, because this thing here with the baby mama and the missing baby and the baby mama is even go further than we even think. So I want you to you watch, you listen, you decide. Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. Yes, this is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we want you and your financiers, your enablers, your supporters to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to our video today.
All of that going on a PMP stage where Member of Parliament Phillip Paulwell is at home, saddened and in grief because we can't locate him supposed second baby mother. And that is a mystery for Agatha Christie. But maybe if we could get Matlock to unravel a few things, maybe we could understand a little bit more. So as a devoted Matlock fan, devoted, still watching reruns of Matlock, still do. No, I'm not ashamed about that. As a devoted Matlock fan, as a devoted Angela Lansbury fan, Murder She Wrote, I can tell you that's something not right about this. So I'm going to throw out a few theories that I have, and some of it is not really theories. But let me get something out of the way first. First and foremost, I pray and I hope that Comrade Paulwell baby is alive and well. I pray and I hope that. Whether it's his baby or not, now it is his. Whether it was his before she can't be found, it is now his baby. I must accept that. That now more than ever is his baby. As to the baby mother, someone will cry shame on me. But me not hold no candle for whoever she is. First of all, she's a riser. So that's the first thing. And once she has established herself as a riser, she's suspicious in my mind. Because all risers are suspicious because somehow not good. And when we talk about evil and traitor and Judas, we're really talking about the leadership of Rise, not so much the PNP people who have joined Rise for one reason or the other. But since this young woman did also fuck Bunting, then Paul will have a right to ask for a DNA test. And since she was fucking Bunting, then let us ask some more questions. So Bunting, this was one of your side chick. Paulwell say he want a DNA test because Paulwell knew that she was one of your side chick. Paulwell never want a DNA test because baby mother number one vexed and jealous about baby mother, potential baby mother number two. Oh no. Paulwell wanted a DNA because your name a call to Murcott. Your name a call to, because you see, you have to have all of these side chick, Murcott, to make up for your shortness. And we know that your shortness also includes shortness in other areas. Your little whingy dick. So we have to make up for all of that. Right? So which is why you have so much sidekick. So yeah, this young lady was screwing Bunting as well. So Bunting will ask you, where's the young woman? Because if anybody know you, know him. The way the risers them came out on social media on the first day of this saga tells me everything I need to know about how suspicious you all are. You're not good done nothing on Murcott alone. You all are very suspicious. I want to know something. All this thinking that the rotten mango she come out and chat up all kinds of crap. She only taught them crap that when she get instructions and get paid. So we're suspicious of you all. Very suspicious of you that you don't know something. To ask them a couple of things, which I think I might ask them but not elaborate on. So PNP delegates, you first, because it's going to be a long voice note. First to the PNP delegates. When Mark Golding got nominated in July, he stood up in Michael Manley conference room and declared that he is now elected for 2 years. He declared that he's elected for 2 years. So I want to ask the PNP delegates them. Did you elect Mark Golding for 2 years? Did you agree that Mark Golding going to serve 2 years without anybody challenging him or without him facing you every year as the PNP constitution says? Did you, PNP delegate, especially the dunce one them, the one them where Mark Golding owned, the one them where sell them vote and sell out them for parents to Mark Golding, especially Unume attack. Did you all know that come next year, June, July, August, you will be re-electing your divisional leadership, your constituency leadership, let's start from March. Come March next year, you're going to be re-electing or electing new people for your group. You're going to be re-electing or electing new people for your divisional council, your constituency executive, your region, all of that. You have to re-elect or re-elect new people every year. That's the constitution of the PNP. So are you aware of that? That you have to do that come next year, starting March, first with the AGM for the groups, and then June, July, August for the divisional councils, the constituency executive, and the regional executive. So you must know that, right? So the question is, if every year, according to the constitution of the PNP, you have to re-elect those local leaders, why is it that Mark believed that you gave him a 2-year term? Which means that nobody can challenge him and you have to face re-election with you at the conference next year, September, because you give him 2 years. Did you give him 2 years, delegates of the PNP? Because I am not aware of that. None of us out here is aware of that. So let me tell you what we're aware of, and then maybe you can answer the question for yourself. If you actually gave Mark Golding that power that you have to sit down and wait 2 years before him can face you, because he's the leader that you elected that you must sell on a vote for $10,000 and $15,000 for. So he elected, and him now say, uno give him the right to hold office for 2 years. Never in the history of the PNP. Michael Manley faced us every year at every conference on the Saturday evening, where the chairman get up and say, comrades, we open the floor now nomination for lead, and everybody say, Michael and Yay and Ray, we're gone again till next year. Who gave Mark 2 years? Who? Which one of you? How many of you actually gave him that? So here's what I know to be true. For a long time now, there has been a discussion about allowing all group members to vote at party conference, to vote for vice presidents and to vote for president. That has been a long conversation for years. Now, the party had reached a stage where last year that discussion was taking place, that all the group members would be allowed to vote. Then the discussion went over into the semantics and the logistics of it all. That if you allow every group member to vote, that is not something that is manageable on a yearly basis. So somebody was proposing that instead of having every group member vote yearly, because it is so cumbersome, because you're looking at thousands of people to come vote every year, it would not be a manageable situation. It would not be. So the discussion parlayed into the fact that that would not be manageable. So I'm going to hold on to the group system that we have now, where only delegates vote. If we had allowed every member to vote every year, the argument was it would be too cumbersome, and therefore it would be best to have it done every 2 years, every other year, which means that all of you wouldn't be able to elect a leader or vice president. Each of them would serve 2 years. That is what it means. That was the discussion that was being had last year. Then leading up to the conference, all of that changed, where the decision was it was too cumbersome, it was too much, it was not manageable, so we're not going to allow all members to vote yet because it can't be managed. So them throw it out. But lo and behold, them throw that out where you don't get to vote every year because, you know, it's too cumbersome and it's too much and rare, blah, blah. But then pushing the part where Mark get to keep office for 2 years. And where were you when they did that, PNP delegates? On out the road, a smoke ganja and a drink. That's all you out there doing. You don't know where they do nothing. So Mark got nominated, hold up his nomination sheet and said he's in office for 2 years, and you did not give him that 2 years. They took that 2 years from you. They took that from the divisional council, they took that from the constituency organization, they took that from the regional conference, but they gave it to Mark. Backramasa Mark. The whole lot of bowing down to this white man, bowing down to Mark Golding, whose father came here with slaves, who came here with the virus of polio, who injected Jamaican people with the polio virus and came here and tested the vaccine that England had and find out if it worked. So he came here with that. Came to Jamaica in 1953 when there was not even one polio case. Injected our people, black people, Indian people, a lot of mixed race people. That's what he did. And then him goes so bam. Oh, I invented a vaccine and I cured polio. And Jamaica gave him the order of Jamaica, which we're going to take back eventually. I promise you. So this man, father trick us, and him come and trick Uno. Having done a South St. Andrew with chain around the neck. Boy, I've never seen black people in a worse state. Not even down in Africa. I have never seen black people in a worse state. And look for Uno, because we are segueing into that now. Look for Uno PNP delegates. Look for Uno PNP voters, PNP people, stalwarts, people who have served their party. Pick up from your grandparents and your parents. Uno stand up in an event where Mark Golding put on chain around man, they cannot take out key out and pocket, and the whole of them are red and green in the teeth. Huh? Take a look at yourself. Take a damn look at yourself. You remember when them used to auction off black men like the one that you know had on the stage? Thick and healthy. And them have them as breeders for breed up the black women them so that them can have more slaves. That was what him looked like. He was in those days them call him the stud. He was the master stallion. Which was why Kunta Kinte in African history, when them capture Kunta Kinte down in the islands, Kunta Kinte tried to run away. They were hell-bent on having Kunta Kinte because Kunta Kinte was the man to breed up the young women so that Massa can have more young slaves. And Massa paid big money for those stallions, up to $200. So that was that man that was being Jesus have mercy upon black people. Mark Golden take on and put on back in bondage, and I turn the whole on in an idiot. I will warn you about him. I will refuse to listen. Instead, because we not quarrel with we when we are warning about him and what his mentality is. He's pleased. Looking like a puffed white ass man will have too much cigar for smoke that they are not having enough sex. That's why we look on the stage reaching in pocket for a key to put on. Jesus have mercy. Chain around my neck. I know all laughing and clapping. Having a grand time about it. This white man whose father came here with slaves and came here with the polio virus and infect Jamaican picnic with the virus. And in 1 year in build hospital, build house, cure polio. Like one of the things that people are idiot. Yeah, our foreparents back in 53 were kind of daft. But we're doing the history search and we know what he did. We're exposing him little by little. So those two things I want to talk to the delegates about. First, I want to give Massa Mark 2-year term. And secondly, how the whole of the black people, picnic, grandparents, great-grandchildren, grandchildren, great-great-great-grandchildren of Sam Sharp, great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren of Paulwell, great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren of Nanny and Taki. Look at you now. In an orange t-shirt, grinning like half idiots, clapping and marrying, and have this big black half idiot buffoon dating camp past here that jump up and down about him have a feeling like him feeling him 12 and 14-year-old self them in car. Him have a feeling. Ma behave like him in them car. I drive up and down in a Northwest Center with the 14-year-old them. That must have been the feeling he was having. And a grin and a clap. PNP people in their grin and a clap. Not realizing, not knowing, not understanding the magnitude of what was taking place on that stage. How demeaning it is. Look at Uno will elect him. Uno will refuse to tell him to go about his business. It's like we're living in a parallel world. It's as if black people have come full circle and back to where we were. Look at Uno. Back to where we were. Having a white man with a black man in chain round him neck on a stage. I'm going to grin on the teeth. For $15,000 and $5,000 and $10,000, yeah, we can make that slide. We're not busy with that because we get the $5,000 for come. I want to buy liquor, I want to drink and yam and I'm sorry for that black man. I'm sorry for the kids if he has any. Truly. I'm feeling sorry and depressed about it for him. Because he has no idea what history he has just written in the Jamaican books, because this will be in our books. This not going anywhere. This will be shown for hundreds of years to come. How after we were set free, For 400 years we were in slavery, and after we were set free, the PMP people in Jamaica elected a white man, and that white man was on stage with a chain of a black man chaining up a black man round his neck and locking the chain and putting the key in his pocket, owning that man again in 2023. And all I know who was in that room or in that place on that stage, that's not going anywhere. Those are pictures and videos that will be saved. All of you will be seen. It will be dissected and looked at over and over again. Everybody's face will be shown. Years to come, you will say, but no John, that we didn't know the brother here. And Bakramasa, looking proud of himself, must be saying to himself, boy, daddy would be proud of me today. He must go home that night and pray and say, Lord, Daddy Golden, if you're looking down on me, tell me you're proud of me now, no? You must proud of me now, no? Come man, you must proud of me now. Yeah. John Golden must be proud of Mark Jefferson. John Golden must be extremely proud of Mark Jefferson. And then,
yes, those of you who are with the channel for all these years are, at least 10 months or thereabouts. Because in November last year, looking at that man, his name is Comrade Lesmore Williams. Yes, that's an 80-year-old man. Just all your horses and just listen, because I'm not going to bore you. That's an elderly man. He was killed by comrades last year. The video is on the channel. 10 days before this man was murdered, before he was killed in St. James, in Montego Bay, St. James last year, he had warned the PMP hierarchy about the death threat that he had received and that his life was in danger. And he had begged them. And the reason for the death threat against his life, so you heard Karen Cross talking about buying of votes. So you see, that's why whenever the other party win the election, the PMP says it's buy a vote, because it's something that they have been doing. So the reason why this man was killed now, Comrade Willie Williams, when Peter Bunting had challenged Peter Phillips for the leadership of the PMP LGBTQ plus party. This is the man who was in the way of the comrades not to take the money to vote for Peter Bunting for him to become leader of the PMP LGBTQ plus party. For this is the man who's, because he's honest, ethical, decent, and a moral inclined Jamaican. This man has been about since Norman Manley, before Michael Manley came into the party. The man even went as far as to tell the comrades at the meeting that not even in the 70s, when Labour Rights and PMP were killing each other, at no time the Labour Rights never threatened him. At no time he ever felt that his life was in danger until now. And it fall on deaf ears. All because he did not take the money from Peter Bunting people. A woman, if you go and watch it on the channel, a woman who's connected to Peter Bunting, and that's how this man lost his life. So everything that this woman has said, Karen Cross, everything that she says is spot on. So we have been telling you, people, the Jamaica, when I talk the men, baby, that the PMP LGBTQ plus party is not a political machine, it's a criminal organization. So listen to her now. So, based on what has transpired, we haven't heard anything about from the police about this missing woman and the baby, in which, as you heard, that she, because if if shark is coming from the bottom of the sea and tell you that whale live down there. You have to believe shark. Because you know, so the whale bad on the shark, you know. The whale bad on the shark. Or, should I say, if fish come from down at the bottom of the river and tell us the shark live in the bottom of the river, we are going to believe. The most of fish can live in a river with a shark. Yes, and some people, of course, you have some canal in the United States of America, in a Broward County, where shark swim up in the canal. Because you understand, because the water is mixed. So with this being said, as the plot thickens, all fingers is pointing to one man. And this man is all points to Peter Bunting. This man hungry for power, he and Mark Golding. So Mark Golding, so if what Karen Cross is saying, that Mark Golding tricked the delegates and without even changing the constitution of the party, for him to claim 2 years when it's 1 year, you know, that's a criminal behavior, that you know, believe you me. We're just praying for the safe return of this woman. So when we had started this conversation, telling you about who was behind everything, you know, some people were, well, you know, you're Libra right here, this and that. As we told you before, you know, we are on Team Jamaica. We are not on Team PMP LGBTQ+, especially now because it's a criminal organization. And you know, you understand. So we support the party that is willing to bring back Jamaica to the center. And I just saw it. You understand? We're praying for the safe return of this young lady and the baby, or something has to give. There must be somebody must have seen something. And we know that with Jamaica police must have something there. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.